Welcome to Head and Neck Anatomy video series. Our talk today will be about the maxilla bone. Maxilla, they are two fused bones, not one separate bone, that make a contribution for the formation for the upper jaw. It also makes a contribution for the formation of the orbit by making the anterior margin and the floor of the orbit. As we see here, the anterior margin and the floor of the orbit is formed by the maxilla bone. It also makes the anterior wall of the nasal cavity. Maxilla contribute for the formation of the inferior part of infratemporal fossa. And we have also a contribution for making the upper jaw, or maxilla by itself making the upper jaw by the alveolar process that hold the teeth, and the palatine process that make a very big percentage of the contribution of the hard palate. Let's see some details. The biggest or the largest part of the maxilla is the maxillary body, and as we see here, it's pyramidal in shape. We have four projections of the maxilla. First one is the frontal process of maxilla, which make a connection with the frontal bone of the skull. Zygomatic process of maxilla, which make a connection with the zygomatic bone. Here is the zygomatic process, here is the frontal process, and we have the alveolar process of maxilla. Also, we have the palatine process of maxilla. Alveolar process of maxilla have inside it 8 cavities to contribute for the holding of 8 teeth, which are central incisor, lateral incisor, canine, first premolar, second premolar, first molar, second molar, and third molar. And because we have two fused maxilla bones, by this we will have 16 teeth in the upper jaw by the 16 cavities inside the alveolar processes. Also, we have the palatine process here, which contribute to the formation with the hard palate. It contributes to the formation of the hard palate with the palatine bone. As we can see from this view, we will make a zoom in. Here we can see the palatine bone, and this is a horizontal process of palatine bone, and we can see here by the red lining the palatine process of maxilla. This part is the hard palate, and it consists of a contribution from palatine bone and a contribution from maxilla. So by this we will see the hard palate and its formation. We should talk about this foramen that we can see here on the maxilla. This is the infraorbital foramen, and it's located inferior to orbital ridge, and it's the pathway of infraorbital nerve and vessel. Do you remember, or do you know, infraorbital nerve is a branch from which nerve? It's a branch of the maxillary nerve that is already a branch of trigeminal nerve, the cranial nerve number 5. So from here, infraorbital foramen is the passageway of infraorbital nerve and also infraorbital vessels. We should see also the maxillary sinus. Maxillary sinus, we can see it here inside the nasal. If we look inside the nasal cavity, we can see the maxillary sinus, and here you can see how it contributes for a big portion of maxilla. That's all about maxilla bone. Should you enjoy, I hope that you enjoy this video, and see you in next videos in this series. Good luck.